Hey everyone, this is Tankenstein, coming to you live and direct from the Northern Center of everywhere to bring to you today your complete and comprehensive review of the XP-50, an American premium plane that sits around 3.7 BR or 4.0 in arcade. I'll be going over quite a bit in this video, including its role, its performance in said role, its strengths and weaknesses, and I'll give you a final verdict as to whether or not you should purchase this vehicle. That being said, let's get into the review. So, as I mentioned before, this is a 3.7 premium, so it has a ton of competition for your Golden Eagles, but it does make an intriguing case. For its stats, it has a 680 kilometer per hour top speed that's actually reachable. It's not just a number on paper, you can reach that speed. It has a 19-second turn time, which puts it easily in the realm of the more capable single engine fighters at this BR, and it also has a 20 meter per second climb rate, which seems to be even low for its actual performance in game. Now, regarding its role in the game, this plane is first and foremost an interceptor. Unfortunately, is relegated to just that role because of its lack of secondary armament. One can actually dogfight quite well in this plane, but you should always try to start with the advantage, as you will likely start dogfighting once your interceptor mission is over, and as such, will have no more 20mm ammo in your cannons. If you do play arcade, this is not as much of an issue, and dogfighting becomes a whole lot easier due to the fact that you won't have to rely on just your 50 cals to try to take down opponents. This is the main reason why it sits at 4.0 in arcade and just 3.7 in realistic. Its lack of ammo for its larger caliber weaponry puts it at a serious disadvantage, and thus makes it a plane with diminished effectiveness as soon as your cannons run dry. This all said, its performance and its main role is excellent, and you should be able to knock out one or numerous bombers before switching to a dogfighting mission. Its great speed and maneuverability means that you should still be able to take out fighters, even with just two 50 cals. Now, this all being said, if your cannons do run dry, always shoot the engines on bombers. You should be able to set them on fire, and if nothing else, severely damage them, thus diminishing their effectiveness. And at this point, if you do need to go into a dogfight, always pick out, as you should know, the highest turning planes first if you have the advantage. That way they can't take you out before you take them out. Now, for its strengths and weaknesses, I'll start off with its strengths. It has great speed and acceleration. This plane sits at the top of its tier with several other fighters, including the TA-154, the P-47, and very few single-engine fighters. It has an amazing rate of climb, and you can easily hit 5,000 meters of altitude with minimal loss of speed before many engagements in RB. It has powerful armament and a large amount of 50 caliber ammo. Additionally, the XP-50 has good agility, which includes excellent turning radius and the ability to handle well at all altitudes. Even its roll rate is fairly good. It's twin engines, so if one engine is damaged, the plane will still fly relatively well, especially being that these are very powerful engines. It has good engine cooling characteristics, so throttling down to 80% will allow you to still gain speed at most altitudes and see a significant drop in engine temperatures. Even 90% throttle will still allow for solid cooling, an even better rate of climb and speed than the 80% throttle. Additionally, the XP-50 is actually quite small for a twin-engine fighter, and it comes with a small tail, making it so that it is not only difficult to hit, but very difficult to disable tail controls. In dozens of matches with this plane, not once has anyone ever disabled my tail controls. It's also somewhat durable, though the airframe is listed as being fragile on its War Thunder wiki. In my experience, it's actually quite durable. I've gotten out of a large amount of engagements after being shot at and hit many times to then destroy other planes, even while I'm on fire. It maintains control very, very well. And its final strength comes from its RP and Silverline boosters from being premium. If you just so happen to have a few other premium planes in this tier especially, such as the P61A1 and BF109F4, the USA variant, you could turn being in 4.0 into a Silver Lion and RP farm. I've gotten 80,000 Silver Lions in a single match from a good amount of matches lasting no more than 10 minutes each. Combine that with generous RP and you can fill out the American tech tree in no time. So, for its weaknesses, there are very few, but they are pretty glaring. So, this has very large exposed engines, and they're extremely susceptible to rounds and can be damaged quite easily. This is made worse by the fact that the XP-50 is primarily a bomber hunter and, as such, deals with large volumes of enemy fire quite often. It also has a low ammo count on its cannons, as I mentioned before. With only 60 rounds of 20mm ammo for each of its two cannons, the XP-50 will find its most potent armament does not last beyond the first few bursts. Conserve ammo. Further, this means that this plane will be forced into changing its mission from early game bomber hunter to dogfighter fairly quickly, unless you consistently shoot out bomber engines with the 50 cal MGs. This also makes it so that any ability that this plane had in the head-on is now negligible, as its 20mm cannons that would normally provide the brunt of its force are gone. To this point, it also has no secondary armament. The lack of anything besides a very limited cannon setup and 50 cal MGs means that this is a very limited plane in terms of overall usefulness. It is not versatile. It does its primary job of intercepting and then following up with dogfighting fairly well, but will not be able to do anything else with any sort of competence. And finally, it does catch fire fairly easily, as you can see in my video. In actually quite a few of my matches, I would say more than the average plane, it has caught fire, and that ultimately leads to your demise almost every single time. So for my final verdict, I'd say for 1750 Golden Eagles, this is one of the better planes in its BR in the game. It would be significantly better if it had either more MGs or more ammo for its cannons, as these are its primary shortcomings. Ultimately, 1750 Golden Eagles is a fair price and equates to around $10 or $11 USD without any sales going on in War Thunder. For just about a few more Golden Eagles, one could purchase 1 month of premium time. Additionally, one could buy the incredible TA-154 for 1,450 Golden Eagles, which is 250 less than the XP-50. The TA-154 has a far superior armament, has more ammo, has a higher top speed, and fills largely the same role as the XP-50. Without getting too much into it, I'd say buy the TA-154 first, as it is a far superior plane and costs way less than what it should. You can actually watch my review for the TA-154 via the link in the description. That said, and with everything considered, ultimately I think the XP-50 is worth about what it costs, 1,750 Golden Eagles. I would, however, lean more towards waiting for either a sale or a coupon before purchasing this vehicle, as it is still just a 3.7/4.0 BR plane and will ultimately not assist you in getting much beyond 5.0 BR. As a curiosity, a historical item, and a mid-tier plane, I'd say this is one of the best planes out there. But its overall effectiveness and versatility are hampered by a lackluster armament that will essentially comprise of just two 50 cal MGs once your extremely limited cannon for ammo is gone. Is this plane still worth it? Yes, but I'd say it is ultimately most worthwhile if you play arcade so that you at least have a chance at an air reload rather than needing to fight with just 250 cals once your cannons are dried up. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed or learned from this video. That said, I hope you all have a great night, a great day, or a great whatever it is that you're doing. Again, this is Tankenstein signing out, not saying goodnight, just saying. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all on the other side. Thanks for watching.